Hello everyone, I have some good news here. This photo shows the Russian cargo ship Port Olya-4 that has sunk in Astrakhan port after a Ukrainian strike. You can see signs of a big fire around the superstructure, and much of the ship is now underwater, searching for the Moskva. It may be the angle of the photo, but it also looks like this vessel may have been split into two by the strike here. This attack was reported today, and the photo shared about an hour ago. The ship was attacked on the 14th. The vessel was carrying components for the Shahed drone delivered from Iran, which were going to be assembled in Russia. So this is clearly a big and important strike. Now, the ship is clearly sunk and destroyed, but we don't know if it had been unloaded or not when hit. Hopefully, the Shahed parts were also on board, so as well as sinking and destroying the ship, Ukraine destroyed the Shahed components. You can see the bulk of the fire is around the bridge and the superstructure, so it looks like whatever Ukraine used to hit this, hit it there. Now, I'm not sure if a drone could do this sort of damage and sink a tanker like that. At least, not usually. But this is Russia, remember, and given the state of their ships, this could have been held together by sticky tape and the power of prayer. But I'm inclined to think that this was a missile. The new version of the Neptune has a range of about 1,000 kilometers, so they could be fired from the Dnipro area and hit this port. If this is Neptune, then it's Ukraine's longest range missile strike to date, and it's certainly going to have Russia panicking about what else Ukraine can hit with it. Drones are all well and good, but they lack the penetration and destructive capabilities of a missile like the Neptune. Here's a photo of the vessel, the Port Olya-4, in happier times, before Ukraine forced it to transition to submarine. Now that's not all I have for you, and rather than do its own video, I'm going to include Ukraine's drone attack on an oil refinery here as well, as a bonus. So, a bad day for Russia. Let's get to that one now. So Just Stop Oil have struck again. These videos playing now show multiple fires at the Syzran oil refinery in the Samara region of Russia. This facility is located over 850 kilometers from the front lines with Ukraine. You can see at least two pretty hefty fires burning here. So, multiple drones hit this site. The Rosneft website says that the capacity of this one is 8.5 million tons of oil per year. So, quite an important target. I believe this makes it 9 Russian oil refineries, not to mention some smaller depots and other infrastructure, hit by drones for the past 2 weeks. So Ukraine definitely hitting Russian oil infrastructure hard lately. Here's a Google map view of a refinery. You can see it's a pretty big place, one of Russia's main oil refineries, and at over 850 kilometers of the front line, quite a long range strike as well, and another massive failure by Russian air defense. Shame that this isn't on the flight path to Alaska, then Putin could see what damage debris can cause on his way there. Here's a nice little map shared by Special Herson Cat on Twitter. It shows refineries hit by Ukraine in the past 2 weeks. On the top left, Ryazan hit on the 2nd of August with a 17 million ton a year capacity. To the right of that, Saratov, 10th of August and 7 million tons. Then, Novokoybashevsk with 7.9 million tons hit on the 2nd of August. Moving back left, the 5th SPI, 7 million ton capacity and hit on the 7th. Below that, Slavyansk na Kubani, 4 million tons and hit on the 7th. Then Volgograd, 14.5 million tons and hit on the 14th. So yesterday. Not shown here is a strike on the Adler oil refinery in Sochi, also from August, plus other strikes on oil-related infrastructure, such as the pumping station hit the other day, which I covered, and depots in Ukhta and Kostovo. So, oil is certainly being stopped at the moment by Ukraine. So that's it for this video. If you found it interesting, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks very much and take care, everybody.